It's a beautiful moment here in Lagos Television, and you are on to Techbridge. This is a platform where we leverage on the world of technology, where we bring all the latest development in the world around the globe, the event and the happenings in the world of technology, and we serve you hot and fresh. You are welcome. My name is Tony Alagoke. Techbridge is the program. You're welcome. In our father's time, when I say our father's time, generation in the past, what they do basically to represent value is to use either cowrie or an item to represent value of items they want to sell. Sometimes they do trade by barter, and this has really gone a long while, and these days we use normal currency, which is regulated by each central bank. But in the recent time, there has been so much development of which we want to discuss. There has been so much development in the world of currency. We have a lot of regulatory bodies. We have even technology defining how a currency should be. But I need to go on a quick break, after which we'll come back and delve deeply into this topic.
Hi, my name is Confidence Davely. I'm an ethical hacker. Keep watching Techbridge on Lagos Television.
Hi everyone, my name is Ali Akdogan. I'm a video games designer. Keep watching Techbridge on Lagos Television.
You are welcome back from that short break, and I mentioned to you that digital currency is the happenings in the world today, and it's a marriage of financial world and technology. The central bank of each of the countries is defining how a currency should be. These days we have electronic currency. Some call it electronic currency, some call it digital currency, some people call it Bitcoin and all manner of name, blockchains. But today we'll be talking about digital currency. I have experts in the house. He'll be joining us, and his name is Dayo Samuel. Dayo Samuel, you're welcome. You're welcome to this platform, Techbridge. We want to talk extensively about digital currency. We know you're an expert in that field, even though you have been into podcasting, you've been into IT, but digital currency is electronic currency, which is being regulated by a central bank of each of the countries. And we have a number of them, which I want you to expatiate on, and I will want you to elucidate how people should handle digital currency, because financial literacy is very important. If you're not financially literate, you will suffer for a number of things. There are some people that are doing stock trading, some are doing forex trading, and they are making their cool money, and that is why our listener wants to learn about digital currency. Dayo Samuel, you're welcome. You are welcome back from that short break, commercial break, as I've said. And in the house, we have Dayo Samuel. Dayo Samuel is an expert when it comes to podcast. He's somebody who followed technology a lot, and he has been investing even in digital currency. He's an expert in that field as well. And Dayo Samuel will be speaking to us on what digital currency is. Dayo Samuel, you're welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, nice having you. Lately, the Central Bank of Nigeria, at the beginning of the year, kicked against Bitcoin, they kicked against all manner of cryptocurrencies. But in the recent time, they just spoke about their own plans to have digital currency even in the country. And we want to talk about digital currency today. Please, what is digital currency? Can you explain?
Well, a digital currency is basically the regular currency that people use, spend, invest with, and transact with every day, but now taking a digital form. So a simple way to understand that will be, let's say you pick Naira, but this time around, you don't want to touch the paper. The same way we have been doing transfers, especially from one bank account to another bank account, that's kind of like a little bit of what digital currency is, but in the full aspect, digital currency exists on its own, backed by maybe private individuals or sometimes by federal government agencies like we have of CBN and like we have of China.
All right. Okay, that's interesting, because so many people are trying to understand what digital currency is, what is the difference between digital currency and online payment. But from what you said, it's just a mode of exchange of values on items, and that is interesting. Now, how does this digital currency work, or how does it work?
Thank you for that question. Now, in order to explain how digital currencies work, we'll have to look at the technology that backs digital currency. Now, a regular banking system, a regular normal account that you have has two sides of that account. In fact, if you use something like, if you use some particular banks, you will see that they have something called book balance and there is an account balance. Now, account balance and book balance is what is with the bank. That account balance is what is available for you to spend. Now, those two statements are backed by something called ledger. That ledger is the technology behind that banking. Unfortunately, that ledger is not available, it's not public, unlike the ledger backing digital currencies, which is, of course, the regular blockchain that everybody knows. So digital currencies are backed by the blockchain technology, which is a ledger kind of, sort of, which is publicly available. Every single person can go vet and verify that a transaction actually took place. Unlike when it happens with a bank, for example, you do a transaction in a bank and the bank is telling you that this transaction did not happen. Like it happened to me some weeks ago. I was trying to pay for our utility bill in the house and I had done the transaction, I'd received SMS, I'd received email, I've even received receipt that this transaction was completed. Unfortunately, the power supplier did not receive the transaction. And for 3 straight weeks, there was no way for us to be sure that this transaction happened. I kept having conversation back and forth with the bank. There was no way for me to see what was going on. But with digital currency, I can simply pick the transaction key or maybe the transaction hash and then simply enter it into the public ledger and look at it and see, okay, this transaction went from this wallet or this account to this account, and I can see that it's actually inside that account. That's how digital currencies work. The other side is that digital currencies work in a way that it makes it easier for people to move around. For example, I have a friend who lives in China for years, and for all the years that he was schooling in China, for once, he never actually held physical cash. All that he was doing was basically go to places, he will only scan code, scan QR code, put his phone on in front of certain devices, and then he has made payment for such services and products. That was what he did for years while he was living in China until he came back to Nigeria and said that, we are still far away from
there are two different worlds.
So the embrace of digital currency is something that I see taking Nigeria's economy a little bit leaping forward.
Oh, that's good. And because I could say that you're talking about blockchain being the backbone. Somebody said digital currency, blockchain technology is a community of trust. I've heard that several times. And from what you said, the ledger aspect of this digital currency has to do more with a community of trust, where you have open trust to transact easily. Okay, that's good. What are the benefits of digital currency, if I can ask? Because if people begin to rush into digital currency, which we know that will eventually happen all over the world, what are the benefits? What are the good things about it? What do I need to know when it comes to the benefits?
All right. So when we talk about digital currencies, we also need to understand that digital currency somehow, some people relate to it as cryptocurrency. Now, cryptocurrencies are basically encrypted currencies. They are currencies that go through a lot of encryption. It's anonymous. You don't have any, you don't know who is sending what. You just know that this transaction happened on the blockchain. And by the way, there are several blockchains. There are several types of blockchain. There's a blockchain that is the proof of work. There's the proof of stake. There are several others iterations that have come over the last 10, 11, 12 years of blockchain and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency gaining grants gradually. Now, the difference between cryptocurrency and digital currency is that digital currency a lot of times is more like a legal tender for particular entities, more like particular countries. So for example, there is what is called CBDC, which means central bank digital currencies. These are digital currencies that are created by the actual
regulatory body,
governing body that are in charge of controlling the fiat money. And by this way, when you have fiat money simply means the regular money that we transact with, the paper money that all of us transact with. That's the basic understanding of what fiat money means. Now, digital currency, the one created as CBDC, backed by the central bank, does not work the same way as cryptocurrency. At least to my understanding, that's what my research has been able to find so far. So, for example, cryptocurrencies can be created by individuals. CBDCs will have to have the government backing, which is what we're currently seeing with Nigeria's digital currency that's going to be available before 2022. I believe that before 2022 means it needs to be available by 2021. So hopefully we have 6 months to go for that. Now, the advantages is that unlike cryptocurrency where it is anonymous, with digital currencies, especially central bank digital currencies, it is not anonymous. With cryptocurrency, it is decentralized in the sense that it is not controlled by one single body. Digital currencies, CBDCs, are controlled by one single body. It is the government that will issue it, or it is the central bank that will issue it. It is the central bank that will determine how much of supply, the total supply of that currency. In fact, if they need more, they can go back to the minting press and mint more of that digital currency. And by the way, some examples of digital currencies that we know right now are what is commonly referred to as stable coins. Stable coins simply means that you have this currency matching exact as another fiat currency, as another regular currency in another nation. So, for example, there is what's called USDT, that is US dollar theatered. What that means is that USDT is paired as with a normal regular US dollar. So 1 USDT is equal to 1 US dollar. There's also BUSD, which is called Binance US dollars.
It's mind-boggling and mind-boggling, if I can use that word, because prior to this meeting, so many people don't know the difference between digital currency and cryptocurrency. Now, I hear so many things from what you've said. Digital currency is controlled. Digital currency is centralized. Digital currency has a source and destination, can be traced. However, cryptocurrency is encrypted. Cryptocurrency is decentralized. Cryptocurrency is in the community of trusted people. So you don't know the source, you don't know, you may know the destination if you are the recipient. However, at least it's limited to what people can track to you. So everything has its own positive side and negative side. And it is good we're talking about digital currency on this platform today, because a lot of people want to learn about this so that they can know what they are entering into, if I can use that English. Now, can I know, in case you know, examples of cryptocurrencies? Because I know the popular one is Bitcoin. Everybody here, Bitcoin. But I know there are a number of them. Example of cryptocurrency. And if you have digital currency, you can as well tell us, so that at least when we see it, when we hear it, we can know how to handle it. Give us example of all these things.
All right. So when we talk about examples of cryptocurrencies, of course, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, Monera or Monerium, there are several digital cryptocurrencies that are very, very popular. The interesting part is that they are also, in fact, when we look at cryptocurrency, the cryptocurrency space. Now, I happen not to be a cryptocurrency expert. I'm basically a researcher of cryptocurrency. So in the last 4 months, I've basically dug so deep into cryptocurrency that I've been able to understand a lot of things that a lot of people don't even know about cryptocurrency. For example, when we look at cryptocurrency, there are different types of cryptocurrency. There is regular payment currencies that are used for payment, such as Ethereum, such as Bitcoin, such as USDT. Then there are platform tokens. They are also cryptocurrencies, all right, but they are based on the platforms where you can get them. So, for example, there is BNB, there is KuCoin, there is Hotbit, there is there's OKEX. All of those are simply coins based on such platforms. You may not be able to get them outside of those platforms. Of course, now they are now available everywhere because they are now almost everywhere right now. And they are also what is called decentralized finance. Now, decentralized finance are cryptocurrencies that exist as a way of decentralizing even cryptocurrency a lot further than what decentralized cryptocurrency is. So it's basically, decentralized finance is more like people come together to pool funds, and then they lend people money without even knowing their identity. They lend, they borrow, they save, they invest, and then they get annual returns or even monthly returns. There are examples of those would be maybe like Union Finance, maybe like there's one that I saw today, I think something around the Matic ecosystem that I saw today. There are those like that. And then if you look at some other things, some other cryptocurrencies are also called shitcoin. And what shitcoin simply means is that they are coins that exist basically as a way to just catch fish. Okay. They exist basically as a way to catch fish. They don't have any use case. There's no functionality to them. So it just the price goes up based on speculation. Okay. It goes down based on news. So that's how shitcoins work. And a lot of examples exist like that. For example, Dogecoin is an example of a shitcoin that recently became popular and became adopted by a lot of people. In fact, Dogecoin is one coin that a lot of people will say that they put $10 and then they made $800. That's the kind of thing that happens with a lot of shit coins, all right? But the interesting thing is that just as with every investment, there's a lot of volatility, especially with shit coins. Okay. It's the reason why it's called shit coins, because they can easily ruin somebody's finances in a split second. If something happens, they can ruin. So, talking about examples, there are thousands of examples. In fact, as at this moment, as at the time we are having this conversation, based on my last check, there are about 10,000 cryptocurrencies in the market right now.
Wow. Now, if you are telling me that we have over 10,000 cryptocurrency, I could see element of foreign exchange in the moment of few years to come, because if you have 10,000, they have to be talking to each other, even though they are cryptocurrencies. And because one thing I know about foreign exchange is you have exchange of values of money in different countries speaking to each other so they can do your transaction seamlessly. Now, cryptocurrency has over 10,000 type in the world. How do we manage it? How? Because my listeners, my viewers are trying to learn. They want to be financially literate to know where do they start from? How would they start from this? 10,000, which one will I go for? And how can I key into cryptocurrency? Yes, I know we're talking about digital currency, but they go hand in hand. One is regulated, the other one is not regulated, but it's good to be financially literate. Can you tell us how we can tap into it? That will be the last question, then we'll call it a day.
All right, thank you for that question. That question is something that I will answer this way. Before you can earn in cryptocurrency, it is very, very imperative. It's very, very important. It's very, very, I don't know another word to use to describe it. It's cogent, important, very, very important that you actually learn first. Because there is a likelihood that your first few experience with cryptocurrencies, even digital currencies, might not be a good one. Wow. And that's because we don't pay attention to learn first before we try to earn. Many of us just see cryptocurrency as Ponzi scheme. We just put money and then we can expect some money back after some days. And the interesting thing is that cryptocurrency doesn't always work like that. All right? If you want to get into cryptocurrency and you are seeing that there are 10,000 of coins, 10,000 of tokens, 10,000 of cryptocurrencies existing in the market right now, what do you need to know? There are two key things you need to understand. There's something called fundamental analysis. Now, fundamental analysis means that you look at the use case of the currency or the token. You look at the supply, the total supply of the currency. You look at the current supply of that currency. You also look at the market capitalization of that industry. I love what a friend of mine said some days ago. He said every industry has a market capitalization. That is, every industry has a market cap, including broadcast, including almost every industry has a market cap. Once you notice that currency is almost getting to its highest market cap, it means the currency does not have the capacity to grow further. It's almost getting to its peak. What that means is that you need to look at something else that's on the rise. So when you are looking at cryptocurrencies to invest in or to buy or to trade or you want to get into, you look at what is on the rise. And for that, you need a lot of learning. You need to learn. That's something that, in my own experience, I got into cryptocurrency for the first time around 2016, 2017. And in my mind, it was like a child's play. I was only looking at it as a way like, okay, it's just something like that. So let's just do it like that. And then every cryptocurrency I had, I sold them for less than the value because I did not even know that they were that valuable.
Wow.
Until 2021, when I decided, wait, this thing itself has been in the back corner of my work all this while. Let me look at it in more actual detail. That was when I began to research. And that was when I found out that somehow cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, they are an emerging field.
Exactly.
In the next 5 years, it's going to almost become commonplace for almost every country to be looking at. For example, Dubai now runs on blockchain. There are countries like that are currently running on blockchain. A few days ago, El Salvador declared Bitcoin as a legal tender. So I began to tell myself that if I have to wait till Nigeria now legalizes Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and thankfully they're now talking about CBDCs.
Yes, they are talking.
It means that by the time they're talking about CBDCs, it might be too late for some persons to actually get it, because by that time they'll be feeling like, I wish I started long ago.
Well, it's not.
And of course, many of us don't like the regret of missing out on money. The interesting thing is that years ago, when our fathers, our parents were growing up, they also saw the rise of money, but they did not partake in that game. They saw it as something that only certain persons do. And by the way, a lot of us grew up in that belief too, that it's only people who do scams, who dupe people, or who have connections that can be rich. But in this day of digital currencies and cryptocurrencies, it's no longer that. You can actually be rich, you can actually be wealthy, you can actually trade all these currencies in.
All right, thank you, Dayo, because the truth is, it's very clear now that on this platform, we give you what you need to know. We're not talking about Ponzi scheme, we're not talking about MMM, we're talking about viable technology and marriage of financial world with technology as well. So Dayo Samuel has actually spoken extensively about this, and I think you have learned a lot. It's not something you close your eyes up against. It's something you need to learn, because he has told us if you wait for the next 2-3 years, you'll be losing out. So the earlier you start, the better, and that's why Techbridge brought this to the fore today. Dayo, thank you for joining us. We hope that the subsequent edition will get more of this aspect that you could not share with us. We are grateful. Thank you so much. We need to go on a quick break, after which we'll be rounding up things. You're welcome back from that commercial break. And like Dayo Samuel said, there are a number of benefits in having digital currency wisdom or knowledge. He has delved so much on this digital currency. We have seen the impact of central bank, and like we've been told, there are so many of these digital currency. We're told about Ethereum, we're told about Litecoin, we know about blockchain, Cardano, Polkadot, Bitcoin, like I've said, Chainlink, and there are so many other countries defining their own currency. But the truth is, it's going to work like the normal Forex. Yes, we have Naira, we have pound sterling, we have dollars. So like Dayo said, we are looking at possibility of taking advantage of digital currency. For you, the listener, it will be good for you if you learn more, you watch over and over again to have understanding, because in the next few months and years, you're going to have this digital currency taking over the world. We'll be done with paper notes, we'll be done with a number of other things, will be totally electronic in nature. And the advent of POS, ATM, credit card, debit card, they are just the forerunner to what digital currency is. And that is why you need to empower yourself with this knowledge on Techbridge. Every Tuesday, 1:30 p.m., we sit here, we discuss the interesting thing about the world of technology. Hook up with us on Facebook, Techbridge LTV, and even on YouTube, Techbridge LTV. You will do yourself a lot of good by learning more. I have to go for now. My name is Toyin Lagoge. Thank you for joining us today. Bye.